In June 1731, the Bastard brothers were surveyor architects and local civic dignitaries, and their expertise saved the town council time and money by repairing damaged walls wherever possible and building new ones on existing footprints, which, fortunately for us, also retained the town's medieval layout. The fire damage allowed some improvements to be made in the town, and John Bastard's map illustrates where some of these were. In the old marketplace, for instance, in front of our present Shambles and Corn Exchange, stood the old butcher's Shambles and Town Hall, and these, along with the almshouses at the bottom of Church Lane, were demolished to widen the marketplace and give access to the lane itself. In Salisbury Street, a large building below the entrance to the Plocks severely narrowed the road, so it was demolished and replaced with another building in line with others as they are today. With other such small realignments granted to householders, Blandford's unbroken street facades came into being. Our exhibit includes the Bastard's drawings and interior plan of the old church destroyed in the fire. It had a steeple, no apse, and only an entrance porch on the south wall with a small door into the tower. The drawings and plans for the new church had the curved apse to the east, the main porch to the south, the west door we use today, and a northern door. Though their elevation shows a straight steeple like that of the old church, the brothers added a sketch of today's cupola, which was chosen as a temporary structure, but the planned steeple never replaced it. Blandford's new town hall was built by 1734, and by 1739 the new Baroque church stood at the end of the widened marketplace. A decade before the fire, Daniel Defoe described Blandford as a handsome, well-built town, and by the time of the fire, a plain, classical architecture called Palladianism had been in vogue for new builds around Britain for about 15 years. The Bastard brothers, however, born in the last decade of the 1600s, stuck with the architectural style of their youth, drawing on the late 17th century Baroque work of Wren, Archer and Gibbs. This style can be found in the Corn Exchange, in the Greyhound and Red Lion facades, and in the Bastard's own house. The Batchelor brothers lived on that site before the fire, and they rebuilt their house in its present form a year afterwards. People can ask to go upstairs, where there are some fine interior details in the Bastard's study or mezzanine room. The Bastard pump house stands almost opposite their house, designed and paid for by John Bastard in 1760, and is built in the brothers' later, more neoclassical style. It is sited above a spring, so as to be a water source in case of a further fire, but became a drinking fountain instead in 1888. Some architectural historians sniff at the Bastard's decorative style as being unsophisticated, but one could argue that the brothers rebuilt Blandford for Blandfordians, who must have admired the pristine facades of new buildings and the sort of rich plasterwork flourishes that were only affordable by wealthy aristocrats with grand country seats. A monument to the brothers stands in the churchyard and incorporates an obelisk erected in 1769, while a modern accolade is carved in a paving slab in the town. Recipe for regeneration. Take one careless tallow chandler and two ingenious bastards.